See, next quarter's got Magno, Pesos, and Hub, so there's a chance here that we could see four front runners of the world title all in the same semis.
Wow, yeah, that is pretty cool.
You know, if PLC and Hub were to make through the next two quarters, we've got a situation here where you know, everyone's in the running, so that's going to make it really exciting for the last end of this event. Yeah, so that was an extreme end to an extreme quarter.
Yeah, unbelievable. While there's a little break in the action, let's run an ad from our major sponsor, Turbo. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Andrew Lester, and this is the Turbo 4. It's the most recognised board in the industry. With its red iconic nose piece, its old school style meets new school technologies, and is suitable for all ages and abilities. We've updated the Turbo 4's template for the new generation by lowering the wide point for more speed and less drag through the elbows. The board features PSI, Precision Stringer Inlay. This means the stringers are moulded in with the core, giving the board added strength and longevity. The board features Swirl and Slick for better flex and projection, nose bulbs for grip, 50-50 rails for speed and channels for control. The Turbo 4 is available in two core options: Polypro, which comes with a single circular stringer and is better for warm water, and Paradox Cell, which is a less dense Polypro core. It comes with 3 flat stringers and is better for cooler water. The Turbo 4 works great in anything from beaches to heavy reef breaks, whether a beginner or a seasoned pro. It's a proven design that's been around as long as bodyboarding.
Righty, folks. Well, there's a face of a winner. Winners are grinners, Dallas Singer.
Oh, definitely, especially when you're on your way to the semi-finals
And
with the
potential
world title.
title.
There, you know, that's pretty good for Dave. He knows how important that one was, and he definitely come out the winner there. It was a hard-fought battle, and he tucked under a couple of curtains and it made it happen for him with a 6-3 and a 6-9.
Yeah, there you go. Andrew Lester did hold on to the highest scoring way with that heat. In the end, as you can see there, folks, on screen, only needed a 5.45, so there wasn't much in it. Andrew's a very competitive rider. Despite the fact that he's an Aussie and a good mate of Dave's, he was out there to give it his best shot. In the end, he just had to rhino charge one with the old salute to the crowd. There's the beautiful little background there of this wonderful beach here in Puerto Escondido.
You got Corona, who's got to be one of the bigger exports out of Mexico here. But
yeah, that's right.
These guys are all business here today, Tez.
That's right. Thank you very much to Red Bull. You can see their car there, and they have really just dressed the beach up a treat here. We've got the Red Bull tents, the Red Bull gulls, the cars, the product, and thank you very much to those guys for their continued support of bodyboarding, and we love Red Bull. Helps me get through my day, that's for sure. We've got Rod Ayres is online watching the contest. We've got stacks of other people. Jorge Valentin is on line as well. He checked out that cool Techno Marine watch, mate. You could be in the running for that thing. Also got Adam and Carl. Stacks of people on the Facebook page, so keep your little Cheerios coming through. And it's pretty cool when you guys interact with us socially like that. And yeah, we're down to 26 minutes remaining. Jared Houston, South Africa, in the red. Pierre-Louis Costes, current world champion, in the green and on screen.
On the green screen.
Yeah.
We've got Jared Houston in red, and there you go. The world champion from 2011, PLC, looking for a great wave to start off. It'll be interesting to see if they really go for it off the bat here, Tez, or they go the more conservative approach and, you know, get those mid-range scores up.
Look at Jerry's hat. It's the Turbo logo's in reverse. He must have taken a picture of himself on his MacBook.
Selfie. It could be a selfie there.
It's a selfie, I can tell. Well, that's Jared, of course, ranked number 13 in the red. Pierre is the current world champion, currently ranked 7th in the world, or seeded 7th in the world coming into here, I believe, because he was actually ranked at number 2.
Yep.
Behind Winnie after that win in Sintra.
Here you go. Jerry's just looking to start off his campaign here with a good-looking left. This thing is a dream. This is stuff of dreams here. Tez, he's looking at the section. He's decided to race it through the end. What's he got here, Tez? Sweet little reverse there. Yeah, that was real tidy there from the guy from South Africa.
Well, when he went around that section, I thought, oh, my God, he's going to have something special on the end because, you know, that first section had so much scoring potential.
It's crucial.
It was just burning down the line, but take us through it, Dal.
Check this, you know, it's a real clean racetrack kind of wave there, and he's, like I said, decided to outrun the barrel, looking for a better scoring little potential here, and he's just busted a nice little full rotation air reverse. Not a bad wave at all, Tez, and it's going to be interesting to see. You know, those moves are harder to do in bodyboarding, and this is going to be great to see what Jerry gets for his first wave.
Yeah, well, that was wonderfully executed. Full rotation in the air and a nice use of the upcoming sort of lip where it sort of bursts back up.
Yeah, a bit of a cushion, you know. It's almost like a cloud you're going to land on, and it makes it easier on the chest and the arms for the rest of the heat.
Reminded me of in Brazil, the way that Winnie was doing those big things. How were those moves that he was doing at Itacochiara? They were just mind-blowing, weren't they?
That's the stuff people want to see, and these guys are capable of awesome moves like that. And like you said, Dave's reverse airs in that event was pretty incredible, and you end up winning the event, so it definitely pays off.
Okay, 7.13 first score for Jared Houston. The South Africans would be just loving that one, and g'day to all those people watching in South Africa. In fact, worldwide for the final day of the Turbo Zicatela Pro presented by Sportingbet. Why don't you go to sportingbet.com.au? If you're in Spain, Brazil, Australia or New Zealand, you can throw a couple of bucks on your favourite bodyboarder and bring a whole new dimension to being a viewer. Also, I'd like to acknowledge Inverted, Reflex, Red Bull Coastal Playground, and of course Colorado Surf. Good old Humberto Oliveira's got the little shop down there. Have you been? Have you headed around to Punta Colorado since you've been here, Dale?
Yeah, a couple times, Tez. When we first got here, I was I'm staying with Dave, so we had a few nice little sessions around the corner there, and it seems a little bit less uncrowded too, which is cool. But I think maybe someone was paddling on this one. Yeah, it's Jerry.
Whoa.
Good looking on a similar looking right here. He's just going straight up for the section. Little cutty, just a set up turn, ready for something off the end bowl here. It's a bank reverse there. That was pretty cool. Not much else there for him. It's probably not what he was looking for, but that was a nice little spray for the boys on the shore there.
Well, for my liking, that sort of riding never goes out of fashion. It never doesn't meet the criteria, but I love it when you see someone flow with the wave like that. It's just real poetic to watch, and beautiful rail work, sort of old school.
There you go. Oh, here we go. Definitely not old school here. A nice deep hit here, and he's come out. You can see the neck extension there. He's pretty happy with that. He just wants to finish her off there with a little invert.
Take that.
That's not a bad reply to
That is
Jerry's
a great
wave there.
exchange between the current world champion Pierre-Louis Costes in green and Jared Houston in the red. The boys downstairs are going to dial both those ones up, and we'll take another second look at them. But that was incredible to watch.
That was a good-looking right-hander there, and he's just tucked into the pit the whole length of the wave, Tez, and he didn't really even need to do anything out of the end. It's it speaks for itself. A good long pit. Here goes another angle of Jerry's first wave. He's, like I said, a little setup turn. I'm sure he's looking for a flip bowl or something here, but he's just have to go for the crowd-pleasing approach for a little bang reverse there.
Yeah, that was pretty solid, right in the pocket.
They're hard to do, they're real vertical, and it's hard not to tail dive in those things. So
no, that's right, and judges will cast their impressions on that. That is a 3.5.
Yeah, you see, that didn't match the criteria, like you said, Tez, and he's just going to have to get back out there as fast as he can, and I'm sure he's seen that whole length of Pierre's last wave, and there we go, straight back onto it to Jerry. It's a mid-sized wave. He might get something in there. It seems to be running into a rip there, Tez, so it's just not going to happen for him. But that one of so Jerry's reverse there earlier actually posted a 7.13, which was identical to the score that Pierre just got for his barrel there, which was also a 7.13.
All right, well, the boys matching each other. Let's take a look at the replay. Pierre-Louis Costes, you can see him park it in the tube, and you called it. You said when the old, here comes the turtle head. There it is. He just
pumping a bit of speed there, Tez, and just didn't have that much for him there, but to his credit, that wasn't such a bad invert for a tiny little section.
Yeah, well, there you go, folks, and that is the profile of our current world champion, 22 years of age from France, of course, currently ranked 2 coming into this event here in Zicatela. Only 70 kilos, but I tell you what, he's a little power pocket, isn't he, Pierre-Louis Costes?
Oh, definitely, Tez, and this is interesting, the way that the judges have gone is with the technical aspect of that reverse here that Jerry's done. They've rewarded it just as much as the size of the wave and the barrel that Pierre's got, which is good to see. It's going to push these guys to do more interesting and technical moves.
We had interesting conversations last night regarding tubes and whatnot. It is one of the most. It's still one of the most mystical parts of surfing is to get yourself in the barrel.
Yep.
And even though you're kind of scoring the wave, really, I mean, at this level, guys can ride tubes. We all know that.
Yep.
But it's positioning on takeoff. It's getting very deep. Judges look for all the little tiny intricacies. Yeah,
they really want to push these riders. Some of the waves are, do it for you here, and it's quite easy. But they were both great waves.
Okay, well, there's a little break in the action. We're going to throw down to Dan Zimbra, who's having a chat with the previous heat winner, Dave Winchester. Take it away, Dan.
Thanks, Terry. I'm here with the winner of the last heat, Dave Winchester from Australia. Dave, congratulations on winning that heat. Pretty slow start to that one. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it was a pretty slow one. Me and Andy were just sitting out there, just stuck in a rip for a good odd 10 minutes, and just trying to muster up a couple of little scores of 4 and a 5. But it's a pretty sloppy heat all round, I felt. But I was lucky to come away with the win, and now get another chance against Tamiga.
Yeah, what are you going to be doing to prepare for that Tamiga heat?
Yeah, you'd hate losing to me by now. This year we've had a couple, so last two we had 2 finals in South America and got him both there. So hopefully I can do it again to him here in the semi.
Right on. Well, good luck in that semifinal. I want to make a quick shout out to your family, friends, sponsors.
Yeah, to my wife and kids, I love you, and to all my sponsors, thanks for the support, and yeah, friends and family watching and all the fans, keep the support up for a sick event.
Right on. That was Dave Winchester from Australia winning that last quarterfinal and moving on to the semifinals. Back to you in the booth, Terry.
Thank you very much, Dan Zimbra, chatting with a relaxed Dave Winchester, who is on song for possibly his first world title here today in Mexico.
Oh, it's interesting what's going to unfold here for the rest of the day, Tez. And Dave's surfing really well, and he's really just nailed pretty well every one of his heats so far. And that last win, I'm sure he's stoked about, and you could see it through an interview there.
All right, well, there's our 2 combatants. That's the playing field, and we're going to come back with more action live from Zicatela right after this. Right after this ad break. Thank you.
It's coming.
All right, so the boys are just dialing up this. So we're going to hold on to the action here because we can see a little something coming, Dal, and it looks like we got some movement in the. So that's good stuff there from the webcast team. They saw those swells coming and went, no, we're not going to throw to an ad break.
Yep, and there's Pierre-Louis in priority there, just looking for the next one of this set. That first one didn't really do it, and so it was a good choice, but it's going to be interesting to see what goes on here.
Yeah, all right, well, the boys just scratching around. It looks like those sets never eventuated. There's around about 17 minutes remaining at the moment. Jared Houston with a 7.13 and a 3.5 is in the lead. Pierre-Louis Costes also holding on to a 7.13, needing a 3.51 to take the lead. That's the situation, folks. Looks like a little break in the action. We're going to return with more action live from the Zicatela Pro presented by Sportingbet right after this short ad break. Very much to those guys as well, doing a fantastic job. Look, you can go into the draw to win the first of our Techno Marine watches. All you need to do is visit the 2012 Zicatela Pro Gallery on Facebook. You can download your favourite image and post it on your Facebook page, and then you can put a link onto the IB8 Live page. If you do that, you'll go into the draw to win some pretty cool watches. In fact, we're giving away 3 of those today, all thanks to our friends at Techno Marine.
Nice, Tez.
Yeah, I saw these watches. I actually, reception called me up last night and said, Mr. McKenna, there's a package here for you. And I went, okay. Got the little key out, ran it down the box, opened it up, and went, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they look that good.
They are really cool watches, man. And I know that they sponsor a couple of, really high-profile athletes and Formula One drivers. Now, these guys don't muck around. It's a real quality product, and we really appreciate their support.
So it's worth getting your nose in on the Facebook page and checking it out?
Yeah, so go along, have a look at it, folks. There's a picture there of one of the watches that we're giving away. But as we said, we've got 3 of those puppies to hand out here today. And, read the instructions, follow the links, and you could be walking away. We'll post you one out as soon as we get out of here, which could be as early as tomorrow. So we're down to 15 and a half minutes remaining. Great waves coming through. There's, there's a man who's... I was going to say he's in the zone, but he looks like he just woke up.
Yeah, he might be listening to... I don't know what he's listening to, but... sometimes before a heat, you just want to relax, and sometimes it's not great just jumping around and stretching the rest of it. And Magno's been doing this long enough to know what he has to do.
Yeah, that's right. He's a very seasoned campaigner, folks. And, he's coming up in the next heat against Hubbard, and that is going to be a really special heat. But 15 minutes remaining in this 30-minute heat so far. It is quarterfinal number 3 of the Turbo Zicatela Pro presented by Sportingbet. And that's our 2... competitors on screen at the moment. In the red single, of course, Jared Houston, South Africa. In the green, the current world champion, Pierre-Louis Costes, from France. Well, there's a little shot of the fishing boat heading out through the harbour, because right down in that harbour down there, Dell, is a couple of breakwalls, and that's kind of where all the boats kind of it's like a little protected area down there.
Yeah, it's like a natural harbour almost.
Yeah, and when it's real big, the swell here, what happens is the swells go down into that corner and then they refract back here, and you get those massive peaks like we had last year.
Exactly, yeah. And that's the thing with these beaches, these real world famous beach breaks. They do have something unique about it, and that's that wall on the right-hand side there. And yeah, it definitely refracts and makes all kinds of peaks through this beach, and it just makes it so perfect. So, and on the bigger swells too, it makes it easier to kind of paddle out. You can venture down the beach a bit more and paddle out down there where it's quite a bit smaller and make your way across. You can see it's a bit of a slower heat here. We've got Jerry getting interested in this next one, it looks like, but yeah, they haven't caught that many waves. You know, Jared Houston's on 3 waves and Pierre's on 2, so I'm sure they're interested in getting some more on the board, and something could be coming up here, Tez. I'm not sure. No, just kind of going underneath Jerry there. He wasn't liking the look of that, and yeah, sometimes these heats can get slow. Rips take you out. It kind of affects the quality of the waves, and they just, takes a little bit to sort itself out here. But I'm sure there's going to be something coming in with this next 13 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. I noticed it's a common theme for people who've been free surfing out the front here at Zicatela. I've seen everyone coming back, because I've been shooting up the La Punta, which is more suited towards a little fat guy like me. But the guys surfing here, I've said, "How you guys going?" And they said, "I've only got one wave in the whole surf." So, but this guy's found a nice wave, and look at that.
Pepe looking for that barrel, and that's a bit of a heartbreaker. You knew he was still in that Tez, but the end of it just come down, clamped out the opportunity to make an exit. To Pierre's credit, he definitely went for it there, and that was a good 6-foot wave.
Yeah, totally. And you got to remember that Jared Houston's second wave at the moment is 3.5. So the question is, folks, is that's only going to probably fall a little bit short of that. So he's going to be really, really very close to, or maybe an identical score. We'll see. He's already holding on to a 7.13.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Both these guys, their top score, 7.13. Houston with a second wave of 3.5. Here's the replay. And look at him, mate. He's just doing 80 in a 60 zone.
Oh, for sure,
down the line.
You'll see that outside leg there just cocked up. That creates, a bit more speed there, and there's not so much drag with his fins. So it's definitely a style a lot of people, take on, and Pierre's only got a 2.08 for that, so they're judging as a total not make. So I'm sure he's looking for something better than that, Tez. And here goes Jeff Hubbard, red hot since the last couple of heats. And I don't think we've seen Jeff at his 100% best yet. Actually, that first heat we did, that was pretty incredible, his display there. And I'm sure he's looking. He's got in his brain exactly what he can do. So it'll be interesting to see what he comes up with in this next quarter.
Yeah, one of the good things about Jeff Hubbard's competitive surfing is that Jeff is able to take it up a little notch every time he goes through to another round.
It's interesting because I'm sure he's at a level where he thinks he can surf his best. He surfs his best actually in a heat, which is an extremely hard thing to do. And he's done some incredible things last year and even throughout this year. So, like I said, I don't think he's surfed 100% yet till today. So I'm sure he's going to come out blasting, and it's going to be interesting.
Well, he's heading up the beach there now. Him and Magno Passos just shook hands in a real nice sportsman-like fashion. And then they just had that steely kind of glaze and then just walked away from each other.
They both won it, Tez, to tell you what.
Absolutely. Well, there's on screen right now, though, Pierre-Louis Costes, 2.08 was his previous one where he just kind of rhino charged that big barrel. So Jared Houston only with a very slender lead, and it is Pierre now chasing for a 3.5 to
something could be coming in here, Tez. We've got a bit of interest out the back. It could be a solid one. Some of these heats, guys actually been getting caught inside while they've been out the back. It's kind of unpredictable here with this beach break. Sometimes it breaks further out, and it's going to be interesting to see what this next one does.
Yeah, that's right. We saw that heat with Johan Florentine and Mike Stewart yesterday afternoon. Did you see those guys get caught inside on that one? Man, that was crazy.
And I actually talked to Mike after that heat.
There was like 20 waves in that set.
Yeah, and they were exhausted. Yeah. And that was near their third heat of the day, which is,
right.
unbelievable. And in this heat, it can get up to 40 degrees some days. You can't even go outside, and these guys are competing in it for their third time. So, hats go off to these guys, and it isn't an easy thing to do here in Mexico.
Well, is something going to eventuate here, folks? 10 minutes remaining. You are watching quarterfinal number 3.
Actually, Pierre's taking off on the left. I'm not sure where Jerry is, but This one's looking incredible. Jerry's actually got priority here, and he's taken off and just dropped a huge roll. Yeah, there you go. That's the priority in effect there. Pierre had to sell it to him, and he did, and actually got a pretty decent wave out of it.
Well, that could be a critical moment in this heat, folks. Before that, there was nothing between these two riders. Jared Houston sitting on a 7.13, and his second best was a 3.5. Clearly, that's going to go flying out the window. And let's take a look at the replay, Dale.
Here we go. For people, Pierre was on that wave earlier, but Jerry's had the priority and just thrown it out of that lip there, and that's a pretty good projection for a roll. And even though he did burn Pierre, he's actually got a great score out of it. So that's incredible sportsmanship, knowledge of a heat there from Jerry.
Yeah, awesome. How was the athleticism on that? And, just a little extension from Jerry as he pushed that board out and away from his body through the lip and just tried to, really milk that thing for all it was worth in a really heavy section as well.
Definitely, Tez, and he's been rewarded for it at 7.68, the highest wave of this heat, better than Pierre's barrel and better than his air reverse earlier. So 7.68 is a substantial score, and that will go to his top two. 14.81 is his total, and Pierre's sitting on a 9.21 as the total. He needs to replace a 2.08. And he's looking for a 7, a mid-range 7.
Yeah, 7.69. So get rid of that 2-point-something, get almost an 8, and he'll go into the lead. Well, Pierre's, like when you challenge this guy, he knows how to dig deep and conjure up scores.
Here he goes now, Tez. He's looking at I'm not sure what the end of this wave's doing, but it's looking good so far.
No.
Spat out of that pit. He's looking for something else. Is it going to barrel again? No, that was a heavy roll, and he's thrown up the arm. He knows it's worth more than that last one. That was incredible, Tez. That was a 6-foot pitch straight off the bat.
That's got to be the best wave of the heat, if not one of the best waves of the day.
In the morning, that's the whole screen was full of pit there, and he's been totally sneezed out. He's stalled up a bit and dropped the heavy roll, and here we go again.
Oh, my God.
Just too easy
Perfect
here
setup.
off the bottom. Just sat in the pit. He's exited. He's kind of sitting in there again. He's eyed off the section. He knows what he has to do, and he's just thrown it right around there for...
Oh, and that was so heavy.
Yeah, that was heavy.
Wow, how is that? And that is claim-worthy, let me tell you. 9.13, folks, and Pierre got the score that he needed. We said when you challenge a Frenchman, he can dig deep. Now let's see what sort of a response Jared Houston's going to have. He needs a 8.59 to try and take back the lead in what is fast developing as one of the best heats of the day.
Yeah, we haven't seen, you could probably count on two hands how many 9s we've seen in this event, and here goes Pierre. That's a perfect pit there. Zicatela just turning it on for him, and he's sitting in it nice and tight. It's a good angle there, actually, showing how deep he's getting, and he's just rolled off the end section. Little claim there for the judges. He knew it was a good one. We knew it was, and he's been rewarded with a 9.13. He's in the 9 club, Tez, you could say. Yeah,
that is awesome, man, and that is going to make life a little tougher for the South African, but for sure the gate's not shut. I don't believe that. These are only settling scores for Jared Houston. He hasn't really got his big smoker yet. So,
no, he hasn't.
You've got to be thinking with 6.5 minutes remaining, holding on to priority that, he's got a very good chance of coming back. 4 waves apiece. Pierre-Louis Costes, 7.13, 9.13. Jared Houston, a 7.13 and a 7.68. As we said, chasing just over an 8.5 point ride to take the lead in quarterfinal number 3. Coming up in the next one, Magno Passos from Brazil will take on the defending champion, Jeff Hubbard from Hawaii.
Yeah, that's really going to make it hard for Jezza. He's surfed really well for this event. He is capable of 9s, so, anything can happen, Tez. There is 5.5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, insane. Listen, while there's once again just a short break in action, folks, we're going to throw to a commercial and be back with more action live from Zicatela after this.
Me gusta, evidentemente me gusta mucho bailar.
I don't know why, but we're special. That's why we're here. I'm special, all right?
Cruz looking beautiful with that little eye wrapped around the watch. And thanks to Techno Marine. Folks, whilst we had that ad break, Dallas Singer, something special happened.
Oh, look at this one of Jezza. Just as went to the ad break, he's turned around. He's needed a 9-point ride, more or less, and he's tucked into an amazing little pit. Look how deep he gets here, Tez. Popped out. Little turn for celebration. I'm sure he done something off the end. I'm not sure if I've seen this, but a nice little invert off the end there. And, wow, that's really answered back to Pierre's 9.13. And we're still sitting here waiting to see what he scored for that, but this is going to be a real interesting end of the heat.
Well, there it is, 8.98 and a situation change.
Oh.
It is Houston without a problem, folks, back into first position. And now Pierre chasing 7.53. Look at Pierre.
You can't believe
what have I
it,
got
mate.
to do to beat this kid?
No, exactly. He's done it to many people before, but it's just turned on him. And I think he needed an 8.97, Tez, and he's come up with an 8.98. So, the judges obviously wanting to give him the score, but check this thing out of Pierre. It's absolutely pumping here. Spitting out. He's got a nice rant there. He's got a flip in himself. Wow. He's not over yet, and he only had to replace the 7.13, so this could do it for him.
What the hell? You are watching one of the
goodness.
best heats of the season, folks, here on the IBA World Tour, as two of the most cutting-edge bodyboarders on the planet go wave for wave here
My
at
God,
Zicatela.
I just got goosebumps, Tezza. Check this thing out. It is just a drainy, perfect left-hander sitting in the pocket there. It's spitting. He's spotted that section. Shot one of those, textbook.
Oh, my God.
And he's got a 9.88, Tez. He's given him an absolute run for his money with a total heat score of a 9.01, almost a perfect heat here, Tez, and he's really turned it on.
You know what? Jared Houston is now in a combination situation.
And he's on 16.66.
And he's got a 16.66 and he's in combo land. Have a look at that on screen, folks. Look at those scores.
Incredible into this heat, Tez, and that's amazing. That last wave of Pierre's is, that's perfect, and
what's the chance that so many good waves have come through during the time that these guys are out there? That's just testament to the fact that, it's always a good surface that got the lineup well sussed.
Mate, I'm
these guys
speechless.
are just picking the eyes out of it.
That last one was ridiculous.
Yeah. I got chicken skin as well, Dal, and we are down to 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Jared needing more than a 10 now.
Yeah, he's in combo land. I don't think it's going to happen for him, Tez.
8.98 and a 7.68. He needs more than he needs more than a wave.
Look at Pierre sitting there, less than 40 seconds ago, he was sitting there with his hands in his hair thinking, how the hell am I going to get another 9, That's just not going to happen. And he's turned around and got a 9.88. Mate, that's incredible. That's sport and bodyboarding, and that's really good to watch.
No, that's it just means that nothing is impossible here
No,
today.
definitely not.
We are going to see extraordinary stuff. And can you imagine that, we've got defending champion Jeff Hubbard's been sitting on the beach watching this. Can you imagine how inspired he's going to be? He's going to take it up a whole new level against Magno Passos, who is just going to fire up as well. So lots of action coming your way here, folks.
Wasn't that left just great to watch? It was an absolute pleasure there, and he served it perfectly, Tez. He's just dropped straight top to bottom on that backy.
And an instant reply. Every time Jared Houston's supposed to score, Pierre's just come straight back at him within like 30 seconds. So Houston's had, whilst he's just had that little taste of victory, he's just had it snatched back every time.
Snatched back away, and, Pierre's all too good at that.
Okay, here we go.
He needs two new wave combinations here, Jerry.
He's got to put it all on the line.
He's more or less looking for two.
Didn't open up.
He's more or less looking for 2 10s. That's near impossible at this stage of the heat. And Pierre, my goodness, I'm sure he's going to do a victory lap here if something comes through. That's unbelievable, Terry.
Yeah, well, I can't wait for to hear the interview with Pierre Louis Costes when Dan Zimbra gets him downstairs and talks about a 19.01 out of 20.
Yeah, what do you say?
How do you beat that?
No, you don't.
No, you can't. Well, theoretically you could, but
yeah, in a way, but that's just mental strength in a way. And he knew what he had to do on that wave, and anything could happen on that backy. He knew he was going to land it.
Well, we've seen, a 7.68 and an 8.98 would have won any of the other quarterfinals here today, folks. Would have won any of the other heats. He goes, Jerry. He's got nothing to lose.
He just wants something substantial here, Jez, and he knows it's
Maybe
over.
The body language is starting to sum it up now with 30 seconds remaining.
It's tough for Jerry. It's a great result, though. In a way, he's landing on an equal fifth, but this guy here, he's just turned it on, and like I said here, Tez, here's his victory lap. I'm sure he's looking for a nice little reverse air or something, but
Yeah.
There he goes. A little celebration
It's
stuck
good to see
over.
that he is human, right?
Yeah, he is.
All right, well, countdown in the background, folks. So it's imminent now that Pierre-Louis Costes, it's all academic, moves on through into the semi-final number 2. So that will be PLC in semi-2.